Bueno, ya estamos live. Bienvenidos, gente que pues no sabemos todavía cómo le vamos a llamar, pero bienvenidos a otro episodio de Reto Aceptado Podcast, el podcast donde hablamos sobre los retos al emprender, pero eso va a cambiar ya mismo.
El Bribran viene pronto.
Ay, papá, eso va a venir fuerte, singue.
Tracata.
Pero mira, hoy tenemos invitados en el podcast, como pueden ver. A los que nos están viendo, ¿verdad? A los que nos están escuchando, pues tenemos invitados.
Pueden presentirlo.
Pueden sentirlo. Pues hoy tenemos a Jen y a Alan, y luego les vamos a hablar un poquito de ellos. El reto de esta semana es uno bien pertinente a algo que también les vamos a hablar sobre ello, y es que queremos saber cómo conseguir clientes cuando eres un proveedor de algún servicio. O sea, o eres un profesional que pues hace servicios profesionales. Pero antes de eso, vamos a hablar sobre los sponsors.
Siempre me toca a mí, yo soy de los sponsors.
Yeah.
Bueno, pues obviamente Coco House, la entidad más esposa que nos da este hermoso espacio. Y Gabriel Morales, que fue la persona que nos creó el logo. Así que, without further ado, como dijo Gerry, this is, by the way, lo vamos a hacer en inglés porque Jan y Alan están en Puerto Rico, pero ellos son emprendedores internacionales. Así que vamos a estar hablando en inglés para que podamos tener una conversación chévere con ellos. Y esperemos que les guste este tipo de formato y esta prueba, que en verdad.
Sí, exacto. Si
como,
nos quieres dejar saber, pues mira, Reto Aceptado
si
Podcast.
piensan que hablar inglés es una mierda, pues.
Pues también nos lo dice y ya, y pues le damos clases de español.
Exacto, pero definitivamente queremos tener emprendedores como ellos y no queremos que el lenguaje sea. We don't want a language to be a barrier for us. So that's why we want to be inclusive. We want to bring in full English mode.
Switch.
We want to bring in full switch. We want to bring in all entrepreneurs from around the world, so we're inclusive, and that's what we're all about.
So with that, I present to you guys Jan and Alan from Halló.
Hello.
So please, guys.
Yo entiendo Spanglish.
Oh,
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Hablamos
Huh?
Spanglish.
Sí.
Hablamos.
Sí.
Nice.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Yep,
This
welcome.
is amazing.
Yeah, it's an honor to have you.
It's great to be here.
We, by the way, just to give a little background, I've met these two wonderful people back in May. It was
April or May?
Was
April,
it?
May.
April, yeah.
Where my company called Link had an entrepreneurship masterclass with Frank Neustadt. And they were part of the masterclass.
Yes.
And back then, I remember they were still sorting out their ideas. They were still figuring out what to do. And now they have a company, and they're going to be launching in how much? How much time?
October 12th is when the app launch event is.
So this is next week.
10 days, yes.
So
Oh
we
my
crossed-
god.
Okay,
A week
cool.
from
So
Saturday,
you can know about the
like-
episode, and you can listen to them.
Freak
in the
out
episode.
about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Is the episode going to launch before the
Yeah.
launch? Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully, 'cause
then
that's
Like one
would
day
be
before.
weird.
I think it's going to be one. We will launch it on Tuesdays.
Well, we launch on Saturday.
On Saturday.
12th of October.
Yeah. So
Right.
you're
So
fine.
our launch
Okay,
party
we're
is
fine.
the 12th.
Okay,
so-
cool. So without further ado,
Yes.
Jan
Yeah.
Reese, and Alan Burke.
Yeah.
What did you guys do? What's happening in your life?
So before we moved here in 2017, just before Maria.
Yeah.
Before that, we were in Chicago. I was an interior designer, and he was working for the Chicago Board of Trade.
I bought it, but
And
A
then,
trader.
Yeah,
He
a
was a
trader. He was a
trader.
trader.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then we moved here for him to do the Act 22.
Yep.
And I thought it was a good idea, and we hated Chicago winters, so we're like, we're here.
yes, no more winter.
Yeah.
Puerto
But I-
Rico
No more
every day
winter.
summer.
It's like-
The whole year.
Exactly.
Always summer.
Oh my god, it's like paradise. But I couldn't do my interior design here because I didn't know anyone,
I see.
and I didn't know where to go. And it seemed like all the interior designers knew each other, and they're like someone's cousin, like.
Yep.
And so I had to pivot. So I restudied. I have a background in the Bachelor of Arts.
Cool.
So I just focused on graphic design and UI UX, and then I've been doing freelance ever since. And
Nice.
when we started Halló, it was an app, and so I am the in-house designer and UI UX for Halló, and that's my
Nice.
role on top of operations.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wonderful. And Alan?
So I grew up in Ireland, and then I moved to Chicago, and we met in Chicago. So and I was in, like you said, I was in trading, or still am in trading, and we came down here for 10 days to kind of see if we could do Puerto Rico, and we liked it. And while we were here, we visited like Parallel Teen, because we had ideas of startups.
Yeah, the
like,
ecosystem, you kind of navigated
so
it.
we kind of looked into the ecosystem in Piloto and Old San Juan, and well, Cocoa House wasn't here yet, but yes, we went to talks in Piloto and in Parallel Teen.
Yep.
Kind of like this. It was an interesting ecosystem, small, accessible to us. And
And
we
very
had
welcoming.
had ideas
Right.
about startups before. Yeah, and like you said, it was very welcoming. So we kind of liked it, and then we moved.
Right.
So
Best decision.
in a month.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we moved within the
Oh my
space of a
God.
month.
Okay, so,
So-
That's crazy.
we broke the news to everyone on April 1st. They thought it
No,
was a
you
joke.
said we were moving. April
April 1st.
Because April Fools, right?
Right.
All our friends were like, no.
Did you did it on purpose? Did
That
you
is
do it on
No,
so
it
purpose?
just happened that way. And we were like, oh, it's
No,
April
it was
1st.
more for like we had to come down
Yeah,
here for
as quick
we
as
had-
possible.
we wanted to be down as quick as possible to be like full-time residents
Okay.
Yeah.
for the year.
So it's like, okay, let's announce it today, and then
So-
suddenly April 1st.
It was April 1st. And everyone was like, ah, you're pulling your leg. Huh?
That's
Nice
a really
try.
funny story. Yeah.
And you're like, no, we're serious. And they're like, oh crap, let's organize like a going away party. And
Right.
it's like, yeah, you should. I mean, you're terrible friends.
Right.
Taking our shit for jokes.
Yeah.
What do you guys think we are?
We just sold everything we had.
Yeah.
Like,
Damn.
Holy shit.
Well, that's cool. That's a really cool story.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great segue to where you are now,
yes.
Yep.
which is Halló. What is Halló about?
Yep.
Halló is an app that allows people to work for themselves in a gig economy. So users would use Halló for booking and requesting all of these skilled people for the services they already use on a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
And that's guaranteed delivery to where they are. So
I
we're fulfilling like an on-demand, instantaneous, instant gratification that hasn't been done in the island before. And there is no reason why it shouldn't be here. Uber has been very, very successful.
Yeah.
They're in the gig economy. They're doing the on-demand. There's Uber
Right.
Eats. There's Pide Uva for the food. And
Yeah,
you've got-
Mumbai.
Exactly.
There's a lot of
Glovo.
examples.
Yeah.
Nobody's really
Yeah.
ventured into the just you've got a skill,
List
you can
it.
list it.
Yeah.
Like an
Yeah, if you're- if you're
unbiased
good at it-
platform, an unspecific
Exactly.
platform.
It's
In
not
a good way.
specific,
Yeah.
and it's to open it up to everybody.
Yeah.
To like, because obviously, if you want to drive Uber, you have to have a car.
Yeah.
So, but if you want to just, if you want to be a helper on Halló, you don't have to have a
No.
car.
Just use
You
your
can
skill,
take
whatever
a
skill you
bus,
have.
or you can
Show up, that's all you need to do.
You just got to show up and do
Give-
a good job.
yeah.
And people will be happy with you.
Obviously, we do the same. They go through the same verification process as Uber is doing. So we do the background checks for you, so to make sure that
Wow.
everything is secure and that our app is kind of free for you to use and not have to worry about like, oh, is this guy gonna
Yeah, sketchy people.
Exactly. So we weed out the sketchiness for you. We just give you a platform where if you're a user, find the people that can do what you need done right away.
Okay.
And if you're someone who, might want a side hustle, un guiso.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you
yeah.
go.
Si
El
se
guiso,
me
we
learned that the
guisos,
other day.
guiso extra. Medio guisos. Sí. Guisos para todo.
That
There
should
you
be
go.
your tagline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, it is. It is in the new website.
That's our
Yeah.
tagline in Spanish.
That's
Guisos
smart.
para
It's
todo.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
in
that's
English,
smart.
it's get your hustle on.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
it's
okay.
like side hustles, side gigs. That's
I love it.
what we're going
Pero
for.
I like
guiso.
that. I like the Spanish one better. Guisos para todo.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
this.
Everyone likes guisos.
We'll have
Right.
to
See,
turn that
and
into
that's the
like
thing is that
Spanglish and-
if you want a little extra money,
yeah.
You
go to Halló.
route.
This
So
is
it
where
works
you
for
can-
everybody. It works like college student. You want
Exactly.
money for the weekend, you can do some geese
Oh, yeah.
during the week.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want to feel like a
It's like-
baller on a weekend? Go work for Halló on a Friday, and you can make it rain at La Factoria on a Saturday.
All day, every day.
Yeah, because we remit to you every day,
Yeah.
so you
Awesome.
get that same money that you
Really?
you
Same
make
day?
it.
We're
Yeah,
setting up-
same
we're
day.
Daily
Oh,
payouts.
wow. That's
Same
interesting.
day,
That's
baby.
innovation.
We're upping Uber right now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Uber must be afraid. Very afraid.
They should be.
Okay. Well.
so
But we're
today's
not encroaching on their space.
No,
We're
no,
not
no,
in-
no. We're partnering.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
we want to
we're
say
generous,
Uber.
so-
These guys they want
Yeah,
to
leave
partner
us-
with you.
we're
We
okay.
love you.
We're friends.
Right.
So-
That someone from Uber is listening to
Yeah.
this.
But we are expanding on what they built,
Exactly.
here and after Maria, we took Ubers everywhere. We didn't have much choice in what we did. We didn't have a car. We didn't have bikes. We didn't have much transport. So
No.
Uber was it for us.
Yeah. Otherwise, we had to walk.
And what we found was like everybody loved Uber at that point. The
Yeah.
drivers, because it's like, oh, their companies were shut down.
Yeah.
They needed extra money.
Yeah.
Or even after, like when companies are coming back, they're like, yeah, I'm just making extra money.
Right. 'Cause
it
I
was
finish work at
easier.
5.
Yeah.
And on my way home, I'll drive for like 2 or 3 hours, and I'll make some money.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
it's like
You gotta
it
drive
works for
anyways.
them.
Yeah.
So it's we're trying to fit into this area. It was like, yeah,
Yeah.
we can help you.
Yeah,
We'll
basically
provide
do
the
the same-
platform
yeah.
to
Exactly.
make extra money when you want to.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
But all the
It's-
little things
it's-
that you know you do well, because a lot of people, especially artists, they're multi-skilled.
Yeah.
You won't believe what they can do. And
That's
if
true.
they can get paid for being awesome at doing something,
They'll be happy.
Why the hell not?
Contribute to the economy.
exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of implications. But okay.
Okay.
That was a great intro.
Refocus.
That was a great intro.
Oh, that was
That
just
was
the
an intro?
That was a great kick-ass intro.
I thought that was the show. You said.
But okay,
Right.
so now
The challenge itself.
Yeah, let's go into the challenge.
Okay.
This is Jerry's challenge.
And so this week I'm the
Alright,
one
Jerry's
who's bringing the
challenge.
challenge.
Okay.
Okay, let me
bring it
drink
on.
for that one.
Yeah.
But,
Cheers for
Cheers.
Jerry's challenge.
cheers. Oh, by the way, we're sponsored again.
No, but this time
drinks
by Halló.
by Halló. Brought to you by Halló. So
Yeah.
they also,
They brought some drinks to the studio.
Just so we'll be invited back.
For sure.
We're angling
it's working.
already.
It's
It's working,
working.
yeah.
Okay, so the challenge that I already told the audience is how do you get clients? I like in my experience, like I've been freelancing even before I graduated from university,
Yes.
and definitely like one of the hardest things, and it doesn't matter like how far along you are, it always comes back to like how much you can expose yourself, or how can you expose get that exposition so that you can actually get clients and get work.
Yeah.
So starting from there, I usually try and give like an anecdote or share an
Story or-
experience or share a story. Again, Jerry stories. That's what they call me.
Okay.
But this time I want to leave that for a little bit later.
Okay.
And I want to start with questions.
Okay.
So
Shoot.
we're gonna do a little experimenting. here.
Okay. All right.
Guinea pigs.
Okay.
That's what we are all the time.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
So let's start there. Okay, so
And I think the challenge is more. It is how to get clients, but how to get clients as a service provider.
Yeah.
right.
So it ties in very well with obviously what you're doing in Halló, which is
Yeah.
like a marketplace for service providers
Yeah.
to offer their services to clients.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
And so not starting there because that was like a key question, but that's kind of like making it too easy for you guys.
I mean, we can't have that.
Okay, so I know that you said you're an interior designer and
Yes.
Alan, you were a trader.
Mhm.
Which, by the way, trading is that something that you can do on your own, or do you need like to have like I don't know, a trading company or firm or something?
It's a lot of it nowadays is algorithmic.
Okay.
So what we generally have to do is design the algorithms and give them to a programmer and have them programmed for us. So it kind of fits into the Halló type kind of
Right, because
framework
you're
where
the one.
we're telling them what we.
You're
we're- yeah.
the customer. You're the one who's looking for
Right.
a coder to actually like,
Right, telling them what to do and how you want it built, and I've been through that for years and years and years of trying to like
Okay.
perfect trading systems. So
I see. Okay, cool.
we're kind of like working with the CTO to develop our app. That's
Which, yeah. Oh, and by the way, so the roles in Halló, right? Halló.
Hello.
Hello.
Halló.
Right now, each of you guys, what would you say that's?
Officially, I am the Chief Operations Officer.
Okay, so you're the COO.
Yeah, which
And I-
means you do a whole heck a lot, and you don't get paid nothing.
basically everybody does a bit of everything, but
Okay,
yeah,
right.
I'm officially the CEO.
Oh,
I see,
shit.
I see.
I do a lot of
There you go. The
I do,
exclusive.
Alan, yeah, there goes Alan.
It's not so much fun. No, I do a lot of paperwork. I do a lot
He
of
does,
like
and he does it well.
research into
Yeah.
accounting and laws,
Leveraging
and
his skills,
taxes.
which is what we're talking
and what we're trying to do here is maximize the amount that people can take home themselves.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
'Cause
And I
that's-
think
that's what it's all about.
it's
Yeah.
the idea of like if people have more money in their pocket, they're gonna be nicer in the streets. They're gonna be like more, just happier, and we're gonna have a happier island. And it's
Right.
such a small island that we have to kind of look after each other.
That's true.
Yeah.
And that's what
true.
Halló is all about. We're just a marketplace platform for you to make more money.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah, I mean,
It's,
I want to get on it right now.
Yeah, it's basically anything you're doing.
You're welcome
It's like,
to.
if
And
you're
now
good
even
at
more
something,
because
it's like, why
I
not
have to
share?
pay
It's
taxes.
like-
I mean, I do still have to pay taxes, but like, yeah.
But yeah,
Not
yeah,
for this,
and-
the Halló
yeah,
stuff.
Exactly. It's
Right.
So
But
for the
okay.
challenge, yeah.
So going back to the questions.
Yes.
Okay. So question number 1.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay,
It
so
was-
my first question really is a little bit stepping a little bit from the challenge, but also related.
Uh-huh.
What are your guys' thoughts on the current workforce of Puerto Rico? Because that's actually very important for me. I'm like super patriotic, is good.
Patriotic.
Patriotic.
Yeah.
And so I'm always thinking about like, okay, how is this gonna help us island wide?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And I know that there's like a stigma, like everywhere you go, like people coming from outside and kind of like, trying to do stuff in this localized place, and where people start to think, oh, why haven't, a local done it, or you
Right.
guys want to take advantage of us, and, and all that stuff. So I want to know, like, what are your guys' thoughts behind, like, all that stuff, and, like, what are you actually envisioning? Like, okay, so this is what we know, and we, researched or talked to certain people,
Yeah.
like locals, and this is what they say, and, this is the feeling, and so I want to hear that.
Yeah. So, can I start? Or do you want to
Sure,
start?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, I think it comes down to perspective.
Okay.
So, one side has a different perspective, the other has another. We have, I believe, a unique perspective in that we moved just before Hurricane Maria, and we went through all of that, and we were one of the people that never left. Like, we literally have yet to leave to go on a break or a vacation.
Right.
Like, we've been here the entire time. And we kind of saw both sides and kind of just kept to ourselves, mainly because we were trying to keep our sanity, but at the same time, it gave us, like, the opportunity to observe.
Right.
And I think from what I observed is that there's different points to be, like, commended and applauded in different sides.
Right.
But at the same time, I think people can't be too extreme on their side, because we are better if we're working together.
Right.
And having this kind of like a marketplace where like the customers could be probably on the other side of this argument, right? But you're on the other side of the argument. Having this marketplace where it's just making money and making it convenient for everyone kind of brings us together. And I want that for Puerto Rico, because this is now our home. It has been for the past two and a half years. And I can see that there's so much to improve on, but at the same time, if you get to the nitty-gritty of it, it comes down to whether or not there's enough money to be made by people so that they don't have to leave this beautiful island.
Okay.
We've had so many friends that had to leave for the States because they couldn't sustain living here.
Okay.
So
And
we want
that's-
to bring
and
the
that's
key.
opportunity.
That's a key, is like, because and there's been so many instances of people leaving because they want to stay,
Yeah.
but they can't, because and
and-
this is Halló will be one like piece of the puzzle where, okay, like, you can do this for a while and you can sustain yourself, and
Yeah.
while you figure out what else you want to do, because
Yeah.
obviously, like, the last 10-12 years has been tumultuous for Puerto Rico, in the sense
Right.
of like losing all those pharma companies,
It's terrible.
and
Terrible.
then the hurricane, and it's like,
Right. We also went through a depression.
Government crisis.
Yeah.
and
Oh my
then
God,
government crisis.
Like
Yes.
trying to run a business through a hurricane was just a nightmare,
Yeah.
and we ended up in like parking lots and by the beach, like trying to find
Wow.
This is
internet to run our companies.
Yeah.
Because we both have other companies as well
Yeah.
that we run, and it's just, but like people pull together, and
Yeah.
it's like
You just
I
make
think
it
the
work. You
people
make it
here
work.
are just good people that want to work, and it's just like the
Right, that's what I
situation
mean,
has
that-
been bad.
Yeah, that's what we've seen is that
And
there's so many
just-
people that have all these skills and they're super, super talented. They
Right.
just somehow can't find work,
Yeah.
enough work so that they can
Yeah.
sustain themselves.
What do you think that is?
Right.
I think that goes back to why Halló is a marketplace, an app marketplace. We're thinking about this, solving this in a way that a marketplace is trying to solve the problem, right? So there's two sides of the transaction in a marketplace. So you've got this person offering something, this person is looking for that something they offer. The marketplace is just a space to connect that. So we're going about it that way. In order for you to get that customer to buy something
Yep.
that someone's offering, you have to think of it like a marketplace. So our app is very streamlined to a point where we are thinking of, okay, in this step of when they open the app, it has to be 3 clicks and then you're checked out. Easier experience and easier kind of, we want them to get from opening the app to completing a purchase as quickly as possible because that's how people buy. So that's how we're thinking about it. We're not doing the membership thing, we're not doing the things that have been done before because we want instantaneous. That's what customers are looking for.
Okay,
That's
but-
why it has a marketplace.
Okay. So going away a little bit away from features.
Yes.
Right.
Let's hone in on the question of like why do you specifically think
Uh-huh.
is, what part of getting work is actually hard? Because like if you think about it, it's just reaching out.
Right.
It's a lot more than that, but but like what specifically do you think like that people that maybe you guys have met here that are like awesome at something,
Yeah.
but they're like struggling,
Yeah.
and there's in terms of skill, there should be no reason for that,
Right.
Yeah, like when we looked for people that we needed to get stuff done, like we had a mover and someone recommended him to us, and he I texted him and he showed up right on time. And
He's in
it's
Halló.
like, he's in Halló because it was like he was
He's
great.
amazing.
But his problem was, and when he was leaving, every time he'd be like, oh, that pass me on to your friends. It's like,
That's it. So
like,
it's word of mouth referral.
he was struggling, like not struggling, he had another job, but he wanted to make extra money.
Yeah.
And he wanted to put himself out there,
Yeah.
but he wasn't out there.
He didn't have the
So
platform.
he
to do
didn't
it.
have a platform to do it. So what we're trying to do is connect this guy to us who needed him at a particular time. And that's been a big pain point for us and a lot of expats. But what we found out was it's also a lot of locals have the same problem, especially if you move from say Rincon to San Juan, and you don't have your network of people you can call anymore because they're all
Okay,
in
can I say
Rincon.
something? Sorry, I'm itching.
You're
I don't know,
gonna.
I can't.
Yeah, I see you itching. But, yeah,
Sorry.
I got to talk for 30 seconds.
We are married,
No, man.
but so
You're-
I get to shut him up.
No, by the way, Alan, I know you mentioned John when we talked on the phone, and Alan, that Alan was a little quiet. But
Yeah.
I mean, you've done amazing, man. You've been talking.
Yes.
30 seconds on the
This is hey, listen, this is a side of him that
That you rarely see.
people rarely see.
So
So you're getting the download, people
grease-
think I'm
the
the
grease in me.
noisy one.
Right.
No.
But anyway, yeah, you were saying.
Okay, so I think the biggest thing is for people who are working for themselves, right? If they're doing anything else to sustain themselves, they don't have the time to market themselves well. They don't have the tools to increase their productivity. So they're already at a deficit in comparison to all these companies who have the time and who have the resources to do
market.
that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's another key.
And the other thing is when you do get a referral, people forget that you have to convert that lead into a sale. And that is one of the biggest things to overcome in a marketplace. I have a marketplace, the igstudio.com, so I have well versed in that, and so that's how we're thinking of kind of like designing the UI UX to make sure that we overcome the
main issue.
Yeah, exactly. So like the hesitation of like maybe I'll go back and not
sign up later.
Exactly, or like check out later. No, we want them to get from opening the app and as quickly as possible to checking out before they change their mind.
Okay.
I see.
Which is a problem with every app.
Yeah.
It's like, you got to do it as quick as possible.
Yeah,
So
that's the strategy for it.
Do you see a difference between that issue of service providers not having a platform to provide their services specifically in Puerto Rico, or do you see it as a global issue as a whole?
It's a global issue. The only reason why, and this is the biggest thing, Puerto Rico is our niche. We've gone to all these accelerator programs and pre-accelerator programs in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
We've gotten denied. We're very consistent in the denial.
No, that's the hustle. You gotta knock on doors until they open.
Exactly, that's the hustle. We're good on the hustle part. And the biggest thing was, what is your niche? And like a lot of people have said that you should be niching, and my response to them is like, well, Puerto Rico is our niche. You have a very unique market here where like all these big companies that could be our competition are working in the States, like TaskRabbit. They don't have Puerto Rico in their purview because to them it's such a small pond, right?
Okay.
It's too small of a market for
so
them
to
come
us,
into,
if we're gonna do like
if
if we're providing like a way for people to work in a gig economy, why limit ourselves to a specific service?
Yeah.
Because we already have a set number of people that we're servicing. If you limit to, like, if you niche again to a specific service, you've over niched yourself out of the market.
Yeah.
So that's why we're like,
it's a gray area.
Exactly.
That's what we're seeing with some of the
area.
startups here. Like some are
You can't sustain
just doing
yourself.
one specific thing, like hair and nails or something, or car washes or stuff like that. And we're like, but
is
there's
that
only
big
so
enough?
many
Yeah,
people that
you can't
want
sustain
a car
yourself.
wash on a given day.
Yeah.
And that's actually
Whereas, everybody might want
or a food truck or
something
exactly.
on
That's
it.
that's
Yeah.
actually a pretty interesting point, because I think it's not bad advice. It's just that in the context of Puerto Rico, it's different.
It's the wrong move. You
It's
take Puerto Rico as an element in your calculation of how you strategize in your startup.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's important, because actually I've faced with that before. Like actually, like for example, in my case, I guess my services, when I used to do it, I'm kind of doing it again.
You're always doing it.
Do it again in Halló. Do it again in Halló.
But this time now I'll have Halló, so I won't have to struggle. But so in my case, I did it for programming, and I guess that's specific.
Right.
But when I really think about it, I'm actually talking like, any type of programming. It's not like I'm really saying like, oh, I'm in the States, so I can focus on AI programming.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's pretty big.
Exactly.
Because if I say that here in Puerto Rico, I'm gonna run out of business in in a heartbeat.
Yeah. In the States, that's very key for you to kind of like niche yourself into that thing, because the market is saturated. But in Puerto Rico, it's the opposite.
Exactly.
There's not enough
Open markets are the ones that are
exactly. So if you're niching yourself, you've just cut yourself into your potential wider net of market.
That's actually pretty interesting.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, that's a pretty interesting.
And people don't. I mean, like, to me, it's like, why aren't you taking account that you're in Puerto Rico and you're not in the States? Stop trying to bring like strategies from the States that work in the States. When you're trying to get Halló,
companies have done that.
of course you're
Groupon
gonna fail.
Is the
Groupon
biggest
failed
failure
over here.
Of,
that's true.
Just
that's
bringing
very
it down
true.
from the States and saying, okay,
this works
obviously
in the
it
States.
works exactly
works
the same.
here, so
Oh
it's
my
gonna
God.
work. No, you gotta understand.
Yeah.
That's where we have a little bit of an advantage, is we understand. We've lived here for 2.5 years, so we get how things work.
Yeah.
I actually that's that's a lot. Like that has a lot to say for like to me. For example, going back to my first question, like
Yeah.
like thinking about like what's the importance of like in Puerto Rico and what you guys can bring to the table,
Yeah.
and actually like a very simple but powerful answer is like you guys been here and live here,
Right.
which is what most people that come from outside can't say.
No.
Right.
Because they
Yeah,
actually just come in to look at the opportunity, settle it down, and keep moving to
Yeah.
do something else. Because obviously they want to maximize whatever they're trying to
Right.
do.
Yeah.
But it's very different from you guys, and I really respect that, by
Yeah.
the way.
Thank you.
And
Somewhat
thank you.
Boricua
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
inside.
Yes.
The only problem is like our brains
our
can't
brains
seem
can't
to
use
learn
it.
Spanish.
In process.
You'll
in
get
process.
there. You'll get
Spanglish.
there.
Un poquito. Practicando cada
Guiso,
día.
guiso.
But you're
Sí, guiso, guiso, guiso.
just say guiso
Guisos.
everywhere.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
That's my new favorite word. Guiso,
Yeah.
guiso.
Yeah, there you go.
By the way, how are we doing in
Yeah,
time?
but our whole
We're 32.
32?
our whole plan is like to build it here and then
Yeah.
export it.
We are a
And,
Puerto
like,
Rican startup.
Like
No matter what
get
anyone
it
says.
to work in
I
Puerto
really
Rico,
love
and if we
Puerto
can make it
Rico
work
startup.
in
Hey,
a
started here.
We're local.
in-
Yeah, we're local.
in a
as
niche
local as it gets.
marketplace, it'll work in other marketplaces.
Of course.
And we'll have that understanding of we got to go to the next marketplace and understand
Right.
what people want in the next marketplace and how it's going to work. So
This
that's-
is your
that's,
this is
you know,
your key soundbite. Puerto Rico is the Singapore of the Caribbean.
apparently. So-
That's true.
So why wouldn't you start something in Puerto Rico? You're priming yourself to
It's
expand.
like-
Why do you
It's like Ireland
why do you
back in
think
the
that?
early
What do you think that?
90s.
As for
So
Singapore?
Singapore is Asia's gateway, right? Like any startup and investor, look for startups to invest in
Singapore.
Singapore because any startups in any of the Asian countries start in Singapore or have headquarters in Singapore because that's where it's at.
Right.
Puerto Rico is the same because it has Latin America very close to it. It has the Caribbean islands and it's also in the U.S.
Yeah.
It's got the U.S. Rule of law.
Yeah.
U.S. rule of law, U.S. currency.
Exactly.
So it's a lot more trusted.
Yeah.
Right, then
than
going to
if
Latin
you were,
America
if you were a startup in
In
Mexico
Jamaica or something,
with
right?
a reputation
like you're gonna
of,
have
like,
a different set of
corruption.
rules, which will limit you.
Here it's
Right.
it's a lot easier. So and Singapore is this
Yeah,
acts as
it's
the
the
same
same
thing
thing.
in,
Yeah.
In
Asia
Asia.
for
Yeah.
all these other countries where people want to invest in them, but they're like, oh, I don't know if I want to invest in
Yeah.
like Vietnam.
Right, because they don't
or-
even understand.
Yeah, they
or-
don't get what's going on in those
Exactly.
countries, but they understand that Singapore has a stable banking
Yeah.
system, a stable currency. It's and as long as the business is there,
Yeah.
it can operate in these
Yeah.
other countries, and you have access. So-
And Singapore is one of the richest countries in the world.
Yep.
Mm.
And
I
the
think-
advantage of Puerto Rico is you have a well-educated population.
Yes.
You have
Oh my God,
bilingual
yes.
population like you guys. It's like, and a lot of people are like that. So you're the bridge for the U.S.
Which, by the
between
way,
Latin America
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the U.S.
so I was
It's
gonna
like-
ask. Okay,
Yeah.
are you guys thinking about Latin America or U.S.?
Latin.
Latin America.
Okay.
100%.
It's,
We're not even
that's-
gonna touch the U.S. until we have to.
Yeah.
Kidding me?
Yeah, no,
If
that's
anyone's
very
watching,
interesting.
a large company from the U.S. can buy us out in a few years.
Yeah.
But, you know,
We ain't touching your territory.
our price is like
Uber, you can stay.
$10
you
billion.
can be calm.
It's
Yeah.
like
I mean, you can partner with Halló for skills and
Oh.
Uber.
Yeah, Uber. My skill is to Uber.
Hello, Uber.
Yeah.
Hello, Uber.
Yeah.
We're
Hello,
already
Uber.
namesakes. We're both
Yeah.
German. So.
Right.
Exactly.
So I wanna get back to how to get like clients as a service provider.
Yes.
I think we've answered a lot of those questions,
Yes.
and I think the main thing here is that there's this solution which is Halló, Halló, Halló or Halló.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. So there's Halló, that is a marketplace for service providers that people like you amazing entrepreneurs are working on, and it's helping the economy to grow and to help those service providers get the jobs.
Right.
But I want to see if we can brainstorm together any other possible solutions to this issue in places maybe where there isn't a marketplace.
That's true.
Like
Yeah.
Halló. What things have you guys seen in other places that help service providers grow, or in the States, or how does it usually work when there's a lack of this platform?
I don't really know. This is the
Tough
first place
question.
that I've been to where like
Right.
we're sort of the pioneers,
Yeah.
right? Like, because in the States, there's always been something.
There's a platform like this.
There's always been a
there's always been a
platform
platform ever
there's
since
an
the
app for
internet.
that. It's like there's always been an app for that.
That's the thing. It's like there's an app for that.
It was like
There's no app
there's
for that.
no app for that. You know,
Okay.
it was like
Interesting.
Yeah.
It was
That's a very
So-
popular thing in the States. You're like, oh, you want something? There's an app for that.
And was this
Yeah.
issue present in the States when there was a lack of these apps, like before the smartphone revolution? If you remember that time?
it wasn't really because nobody knew about it. It was like that was that I think
No,
that was the
there
whole
was-
thing that Uber brought in was like, oh, I didn't know I needed
So-
it, but now I need it.
yeah.
Pre 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did service providers get those jobs and connect with the people who need the service?
So pre the market crashing, right?
Yeah.
Like I think the economy was doing well enough to where people just didn't feel the need for services like this, but services like
so
this.
everybody had a job, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
So the gig,
interesting.
yeah.
And they
so
kind
the
of
gig,
advertise there's themselves in the yellow pages or stuff like
Yeah,
that.
Craigslist or whatever.
Exactly. It was the
Yeah.
yellow pages. It was,
It
like that big
that-
book of like, oh, you get a call, something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's always been like a marketplace somehow.
Exactly.
Or a directory
Right.
Yeah.
of service providers.
And it wasn't
Yeah,
a
I didn't know
starved.
that,
It
yeah.
wasn't a starved economy until the market crashed, and
Yeah.
then the starved economy is where gig marketplaces.
You started.
Right.
Which is
Yeah.
a gig marketplace is a marketplace where
Side work, hustle.
side work. Okay.
Yeah, extra
Just
money here
hustle,
and there.
make
extra money here
like
and there.
Airbnb
Exactly.
started that way.
Yeah.
Those
Uber
guys
started that way.
Yeah, those guys needed to like
You know,
pay their
do
rent.
so-
Yeah.
right.
It's like
Yeah.
so okay, let's
Share
rent out
this.
a mattress or something. It was
Yeah.
a mattress actually.
Exactly. It was Airbnb.
He rented out
used to
for
be
like-
like
yeah.
mattress. Yeah.
$10
Used to be
a night or
mattress,
something
yeah.
in San Francisco,
Yeah.
and it paid their rent for the
Yeah.
month. So I think
that's how it started.
Necessity bred
Exactly.
all these
Yeah,
platforms
the gig
that.
and the gig
Yeah.
economy started, basically.
Exactly.
And when we came
So
here,
the
it was
whole
like,
point
there
is
wasn't a
that
lot of it, but-
It's an unfortunate sight or unfortunate truth, but it's the truth is that in order for a gig economy to start and to be
Yeah.
feel like they're needed, it has to be a starved economy already.
I see.
So the economy has to be doing not so good.
So actually,
so people
that
can see the value proposition of like, oh, I'm just gonna get
Right,
a little
you're
bit
right,
of here,
and-
get a little
yeah.
bit here, and then at the end of the day, that adds up to oh,
And,
Right.
and do you
I
think
have money.
do you
Interesting.
think that naturally all the economy, like the whole economy, will perform better eventually, or have a better state in terms of how it's doing eventually after? Like I see it as symptoms, right?
Yeah.
So like bad economy, gig economy starts, and then
Yeah.
maybe it's like a cycle or an engine.
Yeah.
That kind of like recircles back into like healthy economy, gig economy kind of reduces
Yeah.
and then starts up again.
So this is how I look at it, right? Like you've seen the political thing right now. They're trying to figure their shit out.
Yep.
And in the meantime, the people who are suffering are the ones who, like the masses, who don't know where, like how to get paid for
Pay the
stuff.
bills.
Yeah, exactly, to pay the
Pay
bills and sustain the living. So what we're trying to do and what a gig economy is supposed to do is to fill that gap. It's like in the interim. So we're not, it's not a part of the wheel of the cycle. It's to fill in the gaps while people in the top figure out what they were going to do next.
Okay.
Wow.
So it's
That's
like
been a whole
it's like a safe
transition.
net. It's like a safe net for
we're
the
a
economy.
safety net. Yeah, we're a safety net for people to not freaking starve and die.
The gig economy is a safety net, which then relies on platforms that are
Exactly.
directories or marketplaces.
Yeah,
And
Okay.
it's really only been facilitated by smartphones
Yeah.
and all of that stuff that's only really come
Yeah.
about in the last 10 years.
That's why it's only
Or
here
15
in this
years or so.
generation and not in the previous generations
Of
because
course.
It's
of
great.
technology.
Like if you lose your job,
Yeah,
you
you-
just do stuff in
Just-
the interim
just do-
while you find
do
another,
Halló and
like,
van
job.
life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you two
Before they just jumped off a
right?
cliff or
Just
something. I don't
live
know.
on the beach here. It's great. It's like
Yeah, van life.
Van life,
Yeah.
and Halló,
Yeah.
Halló and van life.
Hey.
By the way,
So-
there's a community of van life here in Puerto Rico.
No
Really?
way.
I actually saw it.
Do they have like
Coming
meetups?
back from Adjuntas,
okay.
and they were like
Is
just
that there?
a whole band, like a whole band of vans, like parked and people like just outside of their vans, chilling.
That is amazing.
Yeah, that was.
Oh,
amazing.
Jesus.
I actually have it on one of the blogs. So
Okay, when is it coming out? Soon.
Probably tonight.
Tonight. Okay, cool.
That's one of the things I like. I wanted to tell you. But anyways, so we're at 41. But I think
Already?
yeah.
We're having
like,
great conversations.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not even done with my drink yet.
Right. And
Okay,
time
so
flies.
we're all done with our drinks. That's the rule. We're gonna be like, okay, guys.
Get this
I think we're good
Oh, we
now.
can have more drinks. There's more drinks over there. So
I
it's
mean-
like, yeah, we got enough drinks to go for another couple hours. So.
Okay, but yeah, I guess.
So what do you think about this? Like, how is this? How do you see your challenge now after
Right.
this?
So I think that this was a pretty interesting topic because a lot of the things that like in the past that I've tried, which were pretty much figuring out how to market myself better,
Right.
which I know that you guys mentioned it and that was key. Like
Right.
I wanted to hear specifically that like if people can't market like
Forget it.
right, you can forget basically being a service provider
Yeah,
because you
exactly.
just existing is not enough.
Yeah.
And you being
Yeah,
good
people
is
have to
also
find
not
you.
enough.
Yeah.
And because people won't find you.
Yeah.
So
And you're doing something that you're good at. You should focus on that.
right.
You shouldn't be bogged down by like trying to get yourself out there. You're good at what you do.
Right. And I think that's one of the major challenges.
I love it, Jan. I love the energy,
No,
Jan.
and it's very
He's
true,
recruiting
'cause-
him.
Yeah, you're good at what you do, man.
Sign up right now.
Sign up right now.
He'll be on the app tomorrow.
Use the code
But, yeah.
/Reto Aceptado. Can we do that, by the way?
Yeah, hey, we have a referral fee
We
that
do
you
have
can get
a referral
$500
program, so-
for every referral. I mean, there's terms and
I think that can be already
Right.
Obviously, terms and conditions.
Okay,
yeah.
if you want to
go.
support the podcast, do
Go.
referrals and then tell them that we sent you.
Yeah.
And
So
we'll
that-
figure out the rest. We'll, don't,
We'll,
don't
we'll
get,
create a code
don't
for
get
Reto
BS.
Aceptado.
There you go.
Yeah,
okay,
we'll
that's a
work
good
on
plan.
that.
We'll
You
put it
can,
on the
like,
description then.
We
Yeah.
can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like,
Awesome.
Okay,
Okay, so
on the spot.
Yeah.
So on the spot.
Done.
There we go. So anyway, so yeah, going back to the conversation, I think that was very key for me. And yeah, and I've learned like now that like yeah, I want to focus on the job, on the things that I really
Right.
really like and I know how to do.
Yeah.
And then literally I have people like Fabian who now are gonna market me and gonna sell me off,
Right.
to
To the highest bidder, yeah.
So it's kind of official, guys. Fabian is gonna become my manager.
Oh shit!
So it's the official announcement.
Wait, is that a big news that
Yeah.
just happened? Oh.
Yeah, it just happened.
This is the best
There
podcast
you go.
ever.
Yes. There we go.
Just,
So yeah, and I think platforms like Halló and can be a really really good basically filling those gaps of
Yeah.
like and telling people like, hey, there's options.
Yeah.
You can still do stuff and you can do the things that you really love, because that's
Yes.
also that kind of like is deep in my heart. Like people tend to do things, and specifically here in Puerto Rico, out of necessity, and,
Right.
and
Yeah,
they don't
exactly.
really think about like what do they actually want to be doing. And I think Halló can
Yeah.
be like a
Yeah.
great place for people
Yeah.
to actually
Exactly.
take a step
Right.
back
Yeah.
and think about like, okay, I really really want to be a photographer,
Right.
Oh
or
my
be
God.
a caretaker,
Yeah.
Right.
or be something in
A
those
job at
areas.
Walkie.
Yeah.
Right.
Crying out loud. Yeah.
Right. And not have to worry about all the implications that, would have to go through, that I've went through, and Fabian
Right.
has gone through, and you guys have gone through.
Yeah.
That goes into that. So I think that's a great way to kind of like end the podcast.
Yeah, I think I want to say something, and I don't know if
okay.
you want to say
Go
something,
ahead. No.
but for sure, I want to say that definitely I think the solution to this problem of not getting enough, whatever, like customers or whatever you want to call it, it's more about you getting yourself out there and finding platforms and directories, be it
Right.
Yellow Pages, be it Halló, be it whatever, but just putting yourself out there physically and digitally. And leveraging these platforms that already offer a directory for the masses, and put
Exactly.
yourself out there.
Yeah.
I think that's the key, and it's a hard thing because it's saturated. There's a ton of people that are offering services and stuff, but I think as time goes by, especially with AI and all these things coming up in the next few years, we're gonna figure out a way to be able to leverage all of every individual's talent and make it a contribution to society, and not have people just working
the 9 to
40
5.
hours in McDonald's flipping burgers,
Right, exactly.
and not doing what, I mean, if they like flipping burgers at McDonald's, cool. But
that's totally fine with that.
I wish I could
like
do
it,
more of the stuff that I like, and not just have to do stuff because of money.
Yeah.
And I think everybody wishes that as well.
I
that
wish
was kind of
I
our-
could say
yeah.
something that is in the works in the future, year 2.
Okay, but
That-
it's a secret.
It's
But
not
that's a secret. You'll have to
Is
stay
it?
tuned to find out.
Is it a secret?
Probably,
Can I say it?
if you think you shouldn't say it.
That's all right.
What?
Marking the dot. Can I say
We're
it?
gonna see the scoop. We're
Can
gonna
I
see
say
it?
it?
The scoop.
Probably
We're gonna get the
say
scoop.
it.
All right. So we're already 3 years ahead of like the plans, right? And one of the plans, possibly year 2, is to open it up to the diaspora, which are the Puerto Ricans outside. Have them book the services for
from
their
outside.
people over
Oh,
here.
and
Yeah,
support
so
the
if
economy
mom
that
needs
way.
like someone to
So
hang
then-
a picture.
yeah. By doing that,
they
we've
can go
just
on the app
we've
and
just doubled
we've tripled our
our
market.
we've tripled our market
Yeah,
to not
6
just the
million
island.
Puerto Ricans live outside. It's like Irish people.
Yeah.
7 billion Irish people
yeah.
live outside of Ireland.
And
So-
theoretically,
Wow.
we could have launched that
not
initially
happening.
with our app launch, but here's the thing, especially if you're doing a marketplace, you do it well and you do it small.
yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to fail.
Yep.
So we're starting small. I hope you
starting
can be
with
very
this-
patient with
yeah.
us. If there's
Definitely,
anything
yes.
that's broken, we're the ones working.
We're
So,
starting
yeah.
small. We're
Yeah.
gonna select a group of customers,
Exactly.
select group of helpers, and we're gonna
Right.
Yeah.
we're gonna make it work, and we're gonna do it right.
For
And,
crying out loud, yesterday I was
Yeah.
on the foot. He told me to be on the foot, handing out all the flyers.
Yeah.
So I went to all the cafes in Ponce de Leon and handed out the damn flyers, and I got to helpers to sign up
Yeah.
for it. That's what we do. That's how we work.
That's the hustle.
Yeah, there's
That's
no
awesome.
airs and graces of like, ooh, I'm the CEO, ooh, I'm the COO.
Yeah,
No,
we're
you
the-
do the work,
do whatever you need
and then
to do.
you can be
People-
whatever you want.
You're the
Right.
chief hustling officer.
Yeah.
I am. That should be my new title, actually.
Chief hustling officer.
I am the chief
CHO.
Yeah.
CHO.
That's so much better than COO.
Yeah.
Kind of like it. I want to be the CHO now. I'm gonna call
There you
myself
go.
a
Yeah, there you
CHO.
go.
We're,
Yeah.
we're the CHOs.
We've just made a new term.
yeah.
CHO is everybody.
Link Puerto Rico CHO.
Yeah.
Chief hustling officer.
So there you go.
Bueno, guys.
So, thank you.
Thank you again
Thanks
for
Great
coming on the
conversation.
podcast.
This
It
is
was
so
a
fun.
really, really fun time. Where can we find you guys? When are we gonna know when Hallow's coming up? When can I sign up? When
Okay.
when I can know everything?
So we just revamped our site to make it so you can it's a bunch of call to action.
What's
so
the
if-
website?
If you go to hallopr.com,
There you
that's
go.
HALLOPR.com.
Okay, great.
You have the referral there, you have how you can sign up as a helper, you have the customer sign up, and you have when we launch, which actually our launch event today unfortunately just got sold out.
Wow, but that's a great.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's good and bad.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's
but
good and bad, but
if you go to the website in the very end, if you try to reserve, you'll get put on the wait list, and we're gonna talk to the event if we can release more spots.
But you have to stay tuned. So go
Yeah.
and
Go to the website.
Put your name.
We're gonna put the link at the
Put your
bottom.
name down there. So
Yeah.
yeah. And the other thing we're
Okay,
doing
great.
is
So-
refer a helper. So if you know anyone who's great at something, any skill that they have,
please send them the
refer
link.
them to the platform, and you'll get a $500 bonus. There's terms and conditions, obviously, but
But
we want,
the key is
you
it's
know-
per person, right? So like
Yeah.
if you're just doing it to refer somebody, right? You could essentially if your referrals are good and they're doing services, you could essentially make $500 per person, and that person that you refer will also get $500, up to $500 for just being
being-
there.
And,
Yep.
yeah. So we're basing
Yeah.
if they work more, the bonus is more.
Yeah.
So
Basically, the
we're-
first year
yeah
we're
first 3
trying
months.
to the first year for us as a startup, right? We're trying to make it so valuable for everyone, for you guys, that you get used to the idea this new idea of this like, oh, I'm just gonna go to Halló and list my service and get more money.
Of course.
So our revenue is so low. So low for the first year.
But it's growth. It's growth.
But it's
growth,
need,
and we want the community to benefit.
Exactly.
And we want the community to tell us what we can do better.
Yeah. Just don't go.
We want the community to suggest helpers to us that they think are great, that could benefit from being part of Halló. So we want everybody to benefit from this.
Yeah.
Because right now it's like trying to sell.
That's our mission.
It's trying to sell ice to somebody that lives in the Sahara Desert. They don't think they need it, but it's ice.
Once you taste it, you'll be like.
Well, I mean, like in the Sahara Desert. Yeah, exactly. It'll be cold water in about 5 seconds. Yeah. So we just want to, like, the first year is going to be just getting it to you guys and, trying to convince everyone that, like, this is the way to go. We're trying to solve a problem socioeconomically. And unfortunately, we don't know much Spanish, so we can't, I can say guiso.
Yeah,
but I can't, connect in a deeper level. But por favor, I'm burrico on the inside already. So,
and we love that. We love that.
Yeah.
So,
and social media.
Halló on demand.
Halló on demand. Yeah.
Yeah, Halló on demand,
Nice.
and everything is on the website. It's like you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram.
You got TikTok?
I have no.
Oh,
you have to get on TikTok.
TikTok is
Get
the
on
place to
TikTok.
be.
Today.
We've been so busy.
I know.
Give us a break. We got all the other ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't even know there was a new Joker movie until today. I was like, what?
Yeah, I didn't know it was released until today too.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know. Like, I thought it was the
existed.
old one with like the Batman, and I was like,
Yeah.
just the Joker,
They're refranchising it or whatever.
Yeah.
So, break.
You gotta get the money. You gotta get the investment.
Yeah.
Back.
Bueno.
As long as you don't throw, I just want to say that as long as you don't go the Uber route and stay unprofitable for 500 years, I think you'll be good.
Our whole business
Uber
goal
is
is to do not to do what Uber did.
Yeah.
So
There are example number one on our
we're not
work,
guaranteeing
this
you
is what Uber has
$2,000
done.
the first month, or
So there you go. Reto
it's-
Aceptado.
yeah.
They learn from
From Uber.
We're going to build a business that's good for everybody.
And here's a tip for
basically.
startups,
It's
right? And I think other people who are successful in startups have done this. Don't try to make your own thing if, there's already examples there that you can copy. By all means, copy it.
Yeah,
Just
see
make it
how
better.
they grew, see their mistakes.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing here.
Exactly.
That's exactly what we're doing
Yeah.
here.
analyzing mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's
do
a
it
whole
better.
case
And do it
study of
better.
all these different apps that didn't
Yeah.
work, and it's like, okay, that didn't work.
Yeah.
We won't do that.
Yeah.
That did work. We'll do that.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
And it's worked for us.
It's a smart move, yeah.
So
Listen,
we're not claiming to be reinventing
You don't have
the
IQ
wheel or
3. You don't have an
anything. It's
IQ.
like
You don't
we're-
have like an
yeah.
IQ of 3 million, but you're
No,
able to
it's like-
look into what worked, what didn't work, and analyze that. And
We're creating something that works in this
And
kind
more
of
important-
ecosystem
yeah.
and can be expanded.
we're no
upon that.
Einsteins. We're
It's
just
like-
street smart.
yeah.
yeah. And I think it's
Yeah,
not just it's
so-
not about how smart you are. It's reading.
Everything.
It's working hard. It's a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I think you're doing a great job. So
Thank
congrats.
you.
Thank you. So
Fabian.
thanks for having
Fabian's
us.
awesome.
So you want to say
And-
your personal social
I-
media and Gerry.
Well, I mean, he's my new Halló helper, so.
He's more awesome now.
Yeah.
So do you want to say your personal social media or?
Well, he's the social media for the two of us, basically. So.
He doesn't like social media at all. Oh my god, like I
read
have to
Facebook,
post
I
for
just
him.
don't do anything. on Facebook, so.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Just saying.
But he is easier to look up. Look up Alan Burke on all social medias, it'll pop up. I
Okay.
have 10 million last names, so Jan Reese Rondina Burke.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a.
Maybe you should put it in your
Yeah, we'll put it in the description.
information.
Yeah.
Description.
Ooh, but my Instagram is much better. It's easier. Okay, the handle is @GoldenAsianGuy.
Oh my
There you
god.
go.
Don't judge me.
Golden Asian guy.
I will judge you
That's
later,
great.
but
That should be
it's
your
like,
handle for
yeah.
everything.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, me? All
Tus
right.
redes,
So,
bro.
my social media, as you all know already, it's
Ya volvimos a español,
Favo,
corillo.
Favo Velas, Favo Velas PR. Everywhere. I got Twitter. I got Snapchat, but it's not Favo Velas. It's Favo Quicksilver. If you want to follow it there. I have Facebook, TikTok, wherever you want to find me.
Todo lo que tú
find me.
quieras, todo lo que tú
Yeah,
quieras.
wherever you want. Y no.
Y a mí me pueden conseguir como Gerry Stories, Gerry con la G. So, y ahí pues ustedes saben ya, corillo, yo estoy haciendo un daily vlog todos los días en Instagram, metiéndole bien duro. Y vengo con un montón de contenido súper nuevo, so... But anyways.
Y social media for podcast.
Y a nosotros nos pueden encontrar como Reto Aceptado Podcast en TikTok, en Facebook, en Instagram. Y si nos quieren escribir algunos retos que ustedes tengan, nos pueden escribir a retoaceptado@gmail.com.
Yep. So what we do is when we're ending the program,
Yeah.
the podcast, we do colorín colorado, and then este reto se ha aceptado.
Okay.
Right.
So
all together.
So
Like that?
what we usually do is
Right.
we do half and half.
Okay.
So we can do either half and half, or we can do okay, so let's do this.
Okay.
Let's do this. So me and Gerry are gonna say colorín colorado, and then we're all gonna say at the same time, este
Reto
reto se ha aceptado.
Yes.
Este reto se ha aceptado.
Sí, aceptado.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna sound good. Don't worry about it.
Okay, if you say so.
All right.
Bueno, vamos allá.
Colorín colorado, este reto se ha aceptado.
Nos vemos, corillo.